This is the English Literature Web YouTube channel. I am Professor L.B. Gayakawad is teaching today the elements of analyzing the films. Remember, when we discuss about the film, then we must come to the point of the elements which are very much essential to analyze the films. Remember here at first the title of the film, then the year of production of the film, then the nationality of the film, then the name of the actors and the name of the directors uh, should be studied by the students. Means when we are studying the film or when we are doing the study on the film topic, then we should see all these things very clearly. Means we should see the title of the film, the year of production of the film, then nationality of the film, then the actor, the main actor, their names, then the name of the directors, uh, how many directors are there, all their names, all these things we should uh, study there. And in this way, if we study, then we can make the particular analysis of that film very nicely. Because today we are discussing on the analysis of the film with the elements available. So these are the elements, and with the help of these elements we should analyze the film. To study the genre of the film, that is the film romantic, historical, detective, thrilling, adventurous, horrorsome, and scientific, we should analyze. Means we should analyze this film on the basis of these genres. Means we should study that particular film on the basis of the romanticism. Means in what quantity there is the romantic character, or in what quantity the romanticism is there in the characters, or how that director or how that filmmaker has shown the romanticism in the characters. We should see, we should analyze the film on the basis of the romanticism. Then we should analyze the film on the basis of the historical background. Means the historical background, which is also very much important to analyze the film. The quantity or the quality of the film depends on the historical background also. So we should see the historical background. Means the background of the film, it means the historical background. We should see the century, we should see the particular period. If that is the war system, then we should see of which year the war is there. Then all these things if we see, then we can make the particular analysis of the film. Then the detective uh, background is also there in the film. Detective means some films are detective. Detective means some films are there which are really the films which are showing the hidden things. Means some points are hidden, or some theft is there, some suppose there is the murder, and that murder is the particular detective thing, and that's why there is the detective character, and that detective character finds out the murderer. Means actually the person who has murdered, that person has been found out by the detective character. Means all these things, I will say, the detectiveness is also the element on which the film is analyzed. Then the thrilling point means, thrilling point means here the point which is creating the fear in the mind of the lookers or audience, that is the thrilling point. That thrilling point is also responsible to analyze the film. Means if there is the thrilling point too much, then we can say that this film is rather thrilling film, or the weightage of that film goes up, that can be said. Then the film is again analyzed on the basis of the adventure, because there are some characters, they do the actions, and with the actions they show their adventurous, I will say, works or adventurous experiments they show, or they play some adventures, and with the help of those adventures they do the great things in the society of that film. And here, in this way, the adventurous point is also the particular genre on which the film is analyzed. Then horror is there, that is called the important element of the film. And on the um, basis of this horror means what? There are some scenes in the film which create the particular tension, the particular fear in the mind of the character also, and in the mind of the audience also. And that horror, we can say, is the particular element on which the film is here analyzed. Then there is the scientific element on which this film is also analyzed. Science means the discovery of science, or the particular character is there, and that character discovers or invents some things there, and that research point of view or that scientific point of view is also there as the element of the film. And on this, I will say, point also, this film is analyzed. The subgroups of the film, like action, comedy, tragedy, war, and westerns, be studied carefully. Remember, when we want to analyze the particular film, then the film has the subgroups, and those subgroups are the uh, groups like action. Means we should see the actions in the picture, we should see the action in the film. If that film is full of action, then that film is a good film, because this subgroup, I will say, is the action, and this action makes the film a good film. Then if there is the comedy in the film, then that film is the great film or good film. If there is the tragedy, then we can say that the film is very much tragic, and that film is taking our souls out of our body, because we are deeply caught by the film or by that character, and that's why this tragedy is also the particular element on which the film is analyzed. Then wars are there, means if the wars have been played between the two countries, and if there is the picture of these two wars there, or of these countries, then definitely we can say that this film is very much a useful film for the society, or this film will make the social awareness a lot. And that's why this is also the best element on which the film will be analyzed. And western, that is the foreign elements are there. Western means innovative elements are there, means we can analyze the particular film on the basis of the western things, or on the basis of the innovative things also. And in this way, the western also should be seen in the film to analyze the film. The setting is important in the film. Remember, if we want the film is a good film, or if we can say that this is the best film, then it is quite possible that the setting is very much important there in the film, and that setting is very good thing, or the setting of that film is really a great setting. And that's why we can say that the film is very much good film, because the setting shows the film very great. Setting means the situations which has been taken by the photographer. Means if the love scene is there, then that photographer should take the nature of flowers, I will say, because there should be the spring season, because that spring season shows the love point there, and that's why this is called the setting. If there is the tragedy, if there is the tragedy or the character is creating the tragedy, then the filmmaker should show some situations there which will create the tragedy, and in this way the setting should be made by the filmmakers. Then the setting shows the particular place. Suppose see, the river is there, and the around the river there are the herons or there are the animals, and when we see that background or that setting, then we are attracted by that film, and in this way the particular place means the setting which attract us, and that's why here we can say that the setting is also the best point to analyze the particular film. And the film has been taken place at a particular place, or if there is the song scene, and that song scene is picturized there on the bank of the river, and that setting, that river which is gliding, that picture, there is a boatman, that boatman, and there are some herons, there are some birds, and there are some flowers. All these things means called setting, and all these things there are very important and make the particular film very great. And that's why here the point is that the setting is important in the novel, and because of that setting the film becomes a great film, and that's why we can say that the film is analyzed on the basis of the setting also. Then we should see the present, past and future of the story in the film. Remember, when we are going to analyze the film, how this film is, or what is the standard of this film, then we can say there, or we can discuss there, the present, past and future times of the film. Means we can see the durations, means in what duration this film has been made. We should study the setting, the geography. Remember, the geography means that is the nature, means it is the completely trees, rivers, the sky, the main, the villages, all this geography. Or weather is also important there, means if there is the winter, then we should see that those persons in the film have dressed the particular sweaters, means all this setting is important. Then conditions are there. Conditions means what are the situations there, those situations of the characters. If the winter is there, the condition of that character is very serious, because the character has been caught by the cold. That is the condition, that is the situation. Such type of situation is also called the setting. And then I will say physical environment is very important. Physical environment means the environment which is around the characters there in the film, that is the physical environment. Environment means the particular background. Environment can be of the rain, or the environment can be of the cold, or that environment can be windy, or that environment can be hilly, or that environment, I will say, can be romantic also. So that environment is also the particular point on which we can analyze the film. And the time of the day means, remember, the time of the day means on what time the film has been made. That time is also the particular element, I will say, on which the novel can be analyzed. We should study the venue in the opening scene in the film. If we want to analyze particularly the film, then we should or must study the venue, because the venue is very important. Because of that venue, the standardness of the film goes up, and that's why we should see there the place in the opening scene in the film. Plot and structure are very much significant in the film, because what type of plot? Plot means what is the basic idea taken by the filmmaker or the director, and how he has expanded or extended that small idea into the picturization or into the particular communication or into the particular actions or comedy with the help of the characters. So that is called the plot and structure. And in the plot and structure, we can say that there is the beginning, there is the middle, there is the end, final stage. Means what is happening in the beginning and what is happening in the middle of the film and what is happening in the end of the film. All these things are very much important elements of the film, and on the basis of these elements, I will say, we can analyze the film. We should study there the most important sequences. Remember, the sequences are very much important in the film, because if the director or the filmmaker are not going with the sequences or with the particular order, my point is that the first scene should be picturized at the first time, the second scene should be picturized at the second time. It means it should be the particular order, means 1, 2, 3, 4. In this sequence, all the scenes or all the communicative dialogues or all the actions or comic scenes should be photographed, or should be, I will say, analyzed, or should be picturized by the particular director or the filmmaker. Otherwise, I will say, the film will not be successful. That's why here we should see the sequences, then the structured plot. Remember, the film must have the structured plot. If that film has no structured plot, means if that film has not the particular structure, if the film is in the scattered way, if first scene is woven into the fourth scene, and if the fourth scene is woven or made together into the 10th scene, then it is very quite possible that the film will not be successful. It will be a very much bogus film, and so the effect of that film will come very bad on the characters of the lookers or audience, and that film will be flopped. Nobody will see that film. And that's why these are the best elements which we are discussing today. We should see whether the plot is related chronologically or not. Means, remember, the plot should be linear, or the plot should be related chronologically. Chronologically means, I will say, if there is the marriage card is the first thing which is to be written. Means we should write the marriage card first, and then those marriage cards will be distributed, and then there will be the scene of the marriage. That is called the chronology, means that is called the sequence, or that is called the time situation. Means as per the time situation, everything should happen in the film. And if such type of chronological things or the linear things or the related things are not used or are not utilized by the filmmaker or the particular director, then that film will not be a successful film according to the researchers here. Or there should be the point of presenting through flashback. Remember, there should be the flashback. Now flashback means what? The back memories. Means there should be the back memories, or I will say there should be the technique of memories. Means that character thinks of the past or present or suppose future, and that is called the flashback technique. That is called the flashback technique. It means it is the stream of consciousness technique, and if that stream of consciousness technique is used very nicely in the film, then we can say that film is a great film, and a film, I will say. And here these are the particular elements on which that film can be here analyzed. So here again we will say that we should see if the plots are running parallel. Remember, if there is the plot of the main hero and the main heroine, and if there is the plot of the subsidiary hero, or the, I will say, the second hero and the second heroine, those plots of these four persons should go with each other in the sense of the parallelism. If these are not running with each other properly, then it is quite possible that the film will not be successful. So today we saw all these elements which are useful to analyze the film. If such type of elements are there in the film, then we can say that the film is really the great film, I will say. So here we have seen today the elements of the film analysis. Again, tomorrow we will see the next topic with the next time. Till then we will stop. Thank you very much.